So, how have you been able to, what's the word, build and maintain the portfolio, the client-based portfolio you have today? And when I say portfolio, ladies and gentlemen, those of you watching this, I know you hear the term portfolio in the real estate world, in the world of banking, in the world of trade and all that stuff. When this portfolio I'm asking you is people from the first people you've sold to this very moment, your relationship, because you've traveled, you've come a long way since then, and in such a short time. And I'm just curious, how have you been able to maintain that? If you get where I'm coming from, right? Because there's two kinds of portfolio.
No, I got it 200%.
Yes,
because
good.
I have just said this sentence
Yeah,
to the client that was here that I was signing the paper with.
there you go.
Okay, so, and I told him one thing. This is his first unit with me, and it's his first unit in Dubai. And I've already met him a year ago trying to explain it to him what to buy and what not. Through his friend, that's my client, that's been my client since day one, maintaining his portfolio. Why? Which when I was sitting with him now, I'll just repeat myself from what I told him to explain to you how and where and all of that. So I was sitting with him, and that's why I was late to here. I'm like, I have a meeting, because he came late to sign the paperwork. He told me, oh, so how is the market? What do you think? Should I invest next? This and that and that. I told him, this is what I believe, this is what I believe, this is what I believe. And I spoke about a certain project that his friend, that's my client, called me. And he said, I want to buy in this one. Secure a unit for me. I said, no, I'm not going to secure a unit for you. He's like, why? I said, it's overpriced. I'm not going to sell it to you because I will not be able to resell it. Because this project is not going to be the last. There's another one coming. Also, we're entering at a very high rate. There is secondary ready, and you're not a person that don't have the capital. If you didn't have, then we can go. He's like, and I was going to make a lot of commission on those two deals, by the way. So I was telling him that. And I'm like, do you remember when you guys called me? And he said, yes. He's like, he's like, look, I bought with you for the first time, and you had my number for more than a year and a half, and you never bombarded me about anything. He's like, I have people, they keep sending me every day, every day, every day. And then I told him, look, I'm a different salesperson, and I am different, and I will stick to it, and I will be like this because I am manifesting my clients that are like me. I don't do one day transaction. I don't call and pitch for buy, 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 buy. And I don't even know if you're married or divorced or what's your wife's name or kid's name or why are you even purchasing this or what's happening. Like those transactions stay transactions. You will make a lot of money, but it's quick and it's not going to stay for life with you. I'm seeking, and which exactly what seeks me, are clients that when you buy from me the first day, you're never going to leave. It's as simple as that. Because I'm with you, I will resell it for you. I will rent it. I will take care. Like this specific person was sent to me through a friend of mine. We met. It took 2 years till I finally sold to him. This is the first one, not the one that was here, like his friend. So I met him. I had to explain to him. He had to gain trust. And everybody's sending him. Everybody's sending him. I'm like, this is how it is. I assisted him to open his company. I explained the laws and regulations. I've told him this is how step to do it. This is how we would start. And within these year and a half to two, he had a financial situation for a little bit in his company. And he's like, hey, listen, I'm stuck at the moment. What can I do? I said, look, I can only sell one unit. The other ones, I don't believe we sell right now. We will be at loss. He's like, okay, cool, go ahead. Done. Went, I resold that one unit. Good. He's happy. He purchased again. I'm going. With him, he introduced me to that one person that now I just closed the first deal. This guy is already introducing me to one person. So I rather have quality that will stay with me for a very long time than quick bucks that's I don't even know and I don't even remember what I sold to them. So my clients, I manage their portfolio in a way where okay, you want because I deal with lands, I deal with hotels, I deal even though I teach realtors you should have one niche, one location, kill it. That's how you become great. But I can't teach them me like I am different. My brain is everywhere. I'm in the middle. I have a building exclusive in Morocco that they called me that they're like, I want to work with you, I need to sell it. So I am everywhere and I'm happy with it because I do pick the clients I work with and I deliver exceptional service that is I don't need to take a dollar from everything you do. No. It's I want you to be comfortable in your life. I want you to be comfortable in your life here. I can assist you from what I know. If I don't know, I will seek help and tell you here. And I guide you to the right channels. I've been here for 15 years. I have the knowledge of the right channels of even your wife's salon. Go to this salon, it's amazing. This is the one I do.
Mm,
It's as simple as that.
I like that because this is what I mean. And for a lot of people watching, I love how. Thanks for the really perfect answer because I've always said to people, we need to have a diverse portfolio, and I'm not talking assets, money, what I have in the stock market. No, those are things. Family, friends. For a matter of fact, there is something you said that will actually encapsulate this whole thing. It's from one of our favorite sports figure of our time. And he says, friendship is priceless. Friendship is a priceless gift that cannot be bought or sold.
Or sold. Yes.
You know who that is? Muhammad Ali. You
Yeah.
posted this, and it really, and I knew of this. I've always kept that in the industry I'm in. I've always kept that even as a model for many years, even to this very day. I still have photographers who reach out to me and say, "Hey, you want to go to Qatar?" I go, "What's up? I want you to shoot this suit, this line of suits for a client. I wanted to see it on you. I have this order that I'm making. Here's the fee. Bring your family." And this is what almost 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I have friendships. So I say to people, and even directors, writers, every director I've worked with, I'm still friends with them to this very day. And my point for this is very similar to what you're saying. You've created friendships that can never be bought and sold. That is your portfolio, ladies and gentlemen. And I thank you for really going there with me. Um, you have a lot of sayings, and words are very powerful from what I see to you. You said something that really struck me in one of your many sayings. And girl, if you don't put a book together, I know you got a book coming down the road, but if these words are not in this book, in your masterclass that you are teaching to
Ah,
people, I'm going to just sit there and probably write it myself and go, "Do you want to sign up on this? It's all by you anyway." And one of them, you said, when you do something that you love, even a bad day is a good day because you're learning something. What does that mean to you? And I know those are your words.
it's you
That's
see, it to me everything comes it comes
mm,
naturally the heat of the moment, you know?
mm,
That's why people are like write these things. I'm like, I need to write, but it's just how I feel. So when you're doing something you love because you're enjoying it, you're so what's define the bad day? Let's define what are the bad. Is it going to be financially? Is it because you didn't close that deal? So let's go an example of me. I am enjoying real estate. I love it. I lose deals. And people are like, this is, I see them, they come in, they're like, oh my God, I lost this deal. That's why I tell people, don't spend the commission till it chink chink in your bank account. Don't spend it in your head. You will be miserable. This is where you will get your bad days. So to me, I walk in, I went, here, define Dalila's bad day. I walk in, I had a unit, and all of a sudden, I was gonna close a deal. Someone ended up closing it. Some way, somehow, I lost it while I was working on it for a very long time. Okay? That's a bad day. But it's a good day for me because I learned something. Guess what? I picked up the phone to certain clients. I said, guys, unfortunately, I can no longer work on non exclusive units that are worth this much. What? But how? Because my social media is very powerful. I work very hard on things. Sometimes I post something, they know how to reach to you. They close it. So if you believe in me, only exclusive from this price. See? It's that quantity versus quality situation. Was it a bad day? Yes. Now I had to talk to a client that I deal with so many things and I have multiple portfolios. And he had to sit there and explain. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it like this. For these prices, I don't mind. For this one, this is how it's going to work. If not, you don't have to work with me. Like, you, because here in Dubai, you can list with like three people. This is the thing. It's not like how is it in the States? Buyer, client, seller, client. No. You could list with three people and you can work on it for like how many months and all of a sudden you got nothing.
Interesting, interesting. Because I want to ask you something now that you've mentioned that.
Yes.
So I spent
Yeah,
time in the
I just took
States.
you somewhere else.
Yeah, you did, which is beautiful, right? So I spent time in the States, and as a young man. So as a young man, I had to rent places, right? You're young, you see where real estate goes. And sorry for you, especially in the States and around the world, you have to go to an agent unless you know someone private, and that's a 1 in a million chances that that would happen because trust is something huge. And if they trust the agent, you know what I mean? It's game on. So whoever the agent says is going to rent this place or buy this place is king, right? It's not money, it's king. You could have all the money in the world. Who is this guy? Where is that money coming from? Why? And you understand where I'm coming from. So it's very, very interesting. And I want to ask you this. So, for example, in the Nordics, um, an estate agent handles everything, and they shake hand on it. And the moment they shake hand on it, there is no reneging. There is no, we're not even talking about signing yet. It's just the fact that I have been working with you on this for the last 24 hours. You have agreed. That means you've trusted me. That means even the paperwork, everything concerning this place, down to when was the last time the roof was done? When was the last time the kitchen was done? They have everything. So the moment you meet this agent, they are your lifeline. Now in England, the great United Kingdom, where I used to live, which I've been in and out of many, many, many times in my life, it's one of the scariest places for my generation, with all due respect, to buy a place or even rent a place. Because one day you could get that call, sorry, someone put in a bigger offer. And you're sitting there going, well, the offer was for £10. All of a sudden it's down to £25. Oh, yeah. And by the way, you have to pay for the surveyor. Excuse me?
What?
And it's just this different things keep coming out.
Oh my God.
So I'm, so these kind of things just makes you go, okay, how does this work? For heaven's sake! Now in Dubai, how does it work? How does it work in
So
Dubai? Do you
in,
handle everything from
okay, in
beginning
Dubai,
to the end?
I'll tell you,
Yeah.
there's things that I'm waiting for the the regulatory system to change soon. This is what I'm manifesting to make it harder. For which reason? In Dubai, it's very easy to be a realtor. You can study it like simple, like it's not like rocket science. But the thing is, it's not about easy to be a realtor or get your license. Even if you make the exam harder, it's fine. Anybody can pass it and hack the system. It's the fact that it's the fact that I meet you. We don't meet. I call you. Can I list your units? It's as simple as that. 5,000 people they call because everybody's becoming a realtor, and companies are hiring because they want to be bigger, which it's very bad because the day someone really wants to sell, he's so tired of all these cold calls that he ends up losing his units to the developer because he haven't found an actual agent. The thing is, there is two contracts. There's exclusive and non-exclusive contract. Most clients right now is a hot market. They can list with three. They used to list with more. Now they just made it that you can list with three people. So imagine I have a unit. It's listed with me. It's listed with you. It's listed with Manal. We're doing viewings constantly, constantly. We're working. You know, photography is from us because the seller doesn't pay us anything. The buyer pays the 2% commission. The seller doesn't pay, which is that needs to like change because the seller needs to pay you because I'm doing your viewings and I'm doing pictures and I'm all of that. So and then now I put an offer and maybe my buyer doesn't like me. He's gonna go online and he will check the listing with the other agents, call the other agent and give him $10 more. Or tell him I will close with you but give me back from your commission to this limits. So it's done. The unit is done. It's sold. So you're constantly working for free. But we don't do all the paperwork. Like I can create the contract. I know how to do it. I create the contract. It's online. It's amazing. It's literally in the system. I put your title deed, password, blah, 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 blah. Boom. I could sell in like 2 minutes. Everything is automatic. But we have the conveyancing team. That is the company you work with. They're the one that's hired them. We have them there that the seller and the buyer pay 2,500 dirhams each during the transfer. They do the legal part and read and all of that, and it's nothing big because there is no mortgage sales are very low. So, and it's always buy as it is. There's no buy after inspection. So it's much simple. So it's everybody does something like there we have the photographer, we have the contract, we have the people that list for me online, I have a PA that does that. I just need to handle bring in the units, bring in the sellers, closing all of this. But the only negative part is three people can list a unit, like it's not good. And the other part is people hire so many realtors and they're just calling and calling. Hey, can I list your unit? I have a buyer, I have a buyer. And then you get so tired of receiving these cold calls that
Mm,
you don't know who to take for real or not, you
mm,
know?
interesting. So hopefully the new are you telling me that the new regulation, because usually if it works in one part of the world, the rest of the world will follow, and that's just the way it
Of
is. I've seen it. I've
course.
seen it in time.
Of
Will be
course.
would it be one of those like many of the realistic deals in my world? If I sell a film to an agent or a company to take the film worldwide, I can't go sign with him and 10 other people. Everything has to be done through one film. So, from my world, as someone in the entertainment industry, as a filmmaker, and and as a producer and someone who owns a film company, there's that one distributor that I want to deal with and never have to go, I don't trust this person. I make a deal with them and say, if nothing happens in 3 months, I am allowed to take my, my product move on. Is that something you're saying that you guys are fighting to see happen? So one real estate agent handles it. If you don't like what I do within 6 months or 2 months, by all means, take a move on. But I
Yes.
don't want to be sitting here. Then I wake up to say,
And it's
sorry, we've
gone.
moved on. You understand? So,
Yes. So to
I
me,
get you now.
that will change
Yes.
slowly because the market here is so hot
Mm,
and there's so many transactions happening. So the least of their worries is let me just make it not as crazy for all the real estate agents because transactions are happening, all of that, it's good. But every time I do see different regulation coming in. Because in the beginning, it was you can list with as many people as you want, limitless. They finally came up with it has to be online contract locked to maximum three. You can never do. And there's also a choice to be exclusive. There is. And if you're exclusive, you can't be with anybody else. But a lot of people are like, I don't want to do exclusive. I want to sell quick because they're very, they, how am I going to say it? Because the market is just so hot and they're like, they think by going with so many people, it's going to sell faster. It is not. That is not how it is. That is not how it is. Hermes does not put its bag everywhere to sell the bag.
that's
It's
right.
in one store,
And that's
and you
it.
gotta be in the line, and I have it, and you need to
Mm.
wait, and you will get the clothes. So
Yeah. Yes. It's very very well said. And and talking about, this is why a lot of the luxury houses talking about luxury, right? The Hermes and Burke. This is why a lot of those luxury houses, they've been around for years, and this is why a lot of these young up and coming brand. When I say young up and coming brand, we're all included in that. Um, if we're not studying the classics, we would end up just in a bin, pretty much.
thank
Does
you.
that make sense, right?
And that's where I say
Mm,
it's quality versus quantity.
mm,
I pick my clients that I work with
yeah.
because they will stay with me for a long time. It's Hermes, anybody can walk in. They will make money. They'll give them just $10,000. They'll get it back. But like, no, this is who's gonna buy. This is how. To me, my time and my sanity is worth more than a commission in a transaction. I have to be connected with the person and I need to know that they trust me and I trust them and they're not going anywhere else. I can't work with someone that works with anybody else and everybody just because they're coming to me because they think I can get them this unit. No, my
Mm,
friend.
yeah.
Go to
So
whoever you're with. No.
so there is the commercial real estate, residential real estate.
Yes.
Um, do you which do you enjoy more?
So
And and are you
I
in
do
one more?
yes.
Are you also in the beginning when the architects and the developers are coming up? Are you also the kind of estate agent who go over and beyond and say, "Hey, I heard you guys are developing something. I'd love to sit and talk and see your plans and see where this is going." Blah blah blah. Do you also get that opportunity as a more
In
mature?
Dubai,
Yeah.
before you go to them, they come to you before even
Ah,
doing anything.
beautiful,
They seek
beautiful.
us. We're coming, we're doing this off plan project. This is who they are. They come, they brief us. So we don't go to them. They come to us. We go to them later just to get some videos and fix up things. But so it's amazing here. They come, they do briefings, they tell you what they're developing, prices, all of that. To me, I am more of a sales on I do sales mainly. Like if I do rental, it's just for some of my very loyal clients that want my picture on their units, type of thing. So residential sales. And lately I am kind of heading toward commercial because it's been calling me directly where my own clientels are offering me residential plots, hotels, buildings. I'm not seeking it. It's just coming to me. So I cannot go full throttle. I'm studying it now, understanding how to present myself where I built my website to be more like here, not just my Instagram, here's my website. I'm going toward that shift slowly while of course keeping the residential units, off-plan units for my investors because they need a floor, two bedroom, one bedroom, all of that. So I'm not going to say, sorry, I don't do that anymore. No, it's literally something I study and I can tell them because I have to keep alert and educated about what is happening in Dubai, and that is understanding which developer, what projects, how much, which one is good. So if I'm already studying it for myself, of course, my investors, it's a quick deal, literally. Hello, this offline project, send 20%. It's done. And you send them a picture and a PDF. There is nothing else they can see. It's a picture. They buy sand, air, but it's from, and it happens. The vision comes to life.
What is the craziest thing you've ever, many of us, and I've known some crazy things in this world. I don't know if this exists, where you have a client, he gets to the top floor of a building, and he realizes, I like my apartment, but I also want to buy the apartment next door and knock this wall out, and I want this whole floor. And you know what? I want when the elevator gets to this floor, I want to be the only one that have access to the elevator to get to this floor. I don't care. And you're sitting there. I'm just curious.
No,
I'm
there is,
curious
there
because
is,
I've
there is.
seen things in
One of
Africa,
one of one of
especially
my
Africa and the Middle
friends.
East. I've seen it. I'm just curious.
It's one of my friends. Basically,
Yeah,
he's ended up getting the whole floor,
there
and
you go.
he has the elevator coming only to him.
But was the
Another,
building designed that way? No.
no, no, no.
There you
They
go.
locked it. If you're stuck with him in the elevator, you are gonna go all the way to his unit, and then you go back. It doesn't stop anywhere. This is how it is, you know. Secondly,
Yeah,
just yesterday,
yeah.
I sent a client slash friend of mine. I was like, hey, there's this new project coming. It's an island which the Sejwanis are building, and they said we are building these villas in this island because we sometimes don't want to travel outside Dubai, so why not build villas in the island? And this is what they're building right now. They're developers. So I've called my friend slash client yesterday. I was like, hey, by the way, are we still in gonna get these couple of villas that were inland? He's like, no, actually, I changed my mind. I want to buy an island. I want to build my own villa. So now I am in search of an island for someone to buy his villa and his community for his families because he just wants his sisters and his brothers and everything next to them. It happens. It's possible. People walk in, they like the units, and they're like, "No, I want to buy the whole
And,
building."
and, and it's moments
Yes,
like this that you realize your mission in life. You're born to do certain things that only you can do in your own way, right? Um, and
yeah.
and and it's funny. I remember many years back, and I want to parallel this story with something um, that also happened in my life. So in a I was in South Africa many years ago shooting a TV series, and this is when Mandela had just come into power. And I've shared this story several times, and I remember it was '94, and in that time, I was also in fashion, and I remember this tragic incident that happened in Rwanda. It's the Rwanda genocide that occurred. It was
Wow.
April '94, where 1 million people were slaughtered, and I just remember sitting there one day going, "Wow, that's crazy." I was just watching news. I was just sitting there and just going. Then Fast forward years later, 2003, 4, 2003, 2004, I was casted to star in this film and tell
Wow.
the story. So
You
it's
see?
you get it right. So
Like,
listening to your story,
exactly. This is what I'm
it's
saying.
you get it right. It's like
But
well, I'm just this model. I'm
the
sitting
best thing
there.
about it is what?
Mm,
You must notice it and appreciate it
yeah,
for it to keep reoccurring. Because people forget what they pray for and they get it. You forget what you pray because when it's there, you're already praying for something else. It's like you wanted water for 10 years, then water comes, and you're like, I want Coke, and I want Pepsi, and I want. Appreciate what you've been praying for and tell yourself, like, oh my God, like, this happened this like and then because your body and your subconscious mind and your mind and everything goes and then keeps going. You must reward yourself when you get something. You mean like I always say, even though sometimes if I forget to pray 5 times a day, if I close a deal, I'm like, I have to go and do my 2 rakats and say Alhamdulillah, thank you, sorry I didn't pray 5 times a day. Because it's funny, once you're going through, like a lot of people when they're going through hardship, they go to God and they become closer and ask for things. And then once the doors open up, you forget. And now you're busy to pray. And now you're busy to appreciate. And hello, weren't you on like literally on your knees begging for this job that just came to you from whatever means by ever
yeah,
person that's helped you? And then
and,
now
yeah,
you're like,
and this is something Dalila, this is one of the things that really has moved me with your story. You have a very deep spiritual root. You meditate, you pray, you visualize. How is Umrah, Hajj, all that stuff, Ramadan? We talk about Eid. How is that really um, played in your ethos, in your
oh,
environment? It's like, do you think it's like the gift that keeps giving the more you really
I've
devote your
I went to Umrah. I was blessed, alhamdulillah, to go to Umrah for New Year's Eve.
mm,
And I've invited my sister and my brother from the States. And it was their first time. And me, it was my second time, but it was seeing them there and, and just in the end, it's just a holy place that's clean, there are rich and there are poor, and there are like, we're from dust and dust you shall go back to. So there's no watches, there's no cars. You're all wearing the same clothes, going around in the same thing. Everybody's asking for God knows what. And funny enough, I was praying. I I finished my prayer in Umrah. A lady came. She's like, "Oh my God, Dalila, I follow you on Instagram. I was praying to buy a house in Dubai." I looked at her. I'm like, "I was praying for a lead to buy houses from me." She started laughing.
hey,
And
hey,
then I swear, and we laughed, and I hugged her, and she was alone in her journey there, and then you see that everybody there is for a reason. Everybody's like, it's very powerful to be in such surrounding that you forget everything, because in the end you die. Some people will remember you for a little bit, and then you're gone. And we always forget that this life is, we're visitors. I forget sometimes that I'm a visitor. And for me to remind myself is when Ramadan comes. I am I'm in Ramadan, I'm just in Ramadan. I try to do my best to just get myself back deeply. And that's why I am in Dubai. Because I want to spend Dubai in Ramadan. I don't want to spend it in the States. Like, so I love the States. I love Morocco, but I want to spend it here. I want to walk safely to the mosque and do my tarawih. And to remind me that I am nobody. I am nothing. It's what is this? What is all of this? You know? So that is what keeps me. It keeps me grounded. It keeps me blessed. It keeps me not looking at others of what they have and I don't have, or why they close that deal and I don't, or why is she like this, or I don't know what their struggle. They can be sick. They can be losing their parents. Like I don't understand. It's one of my friend asked me. She's like, "You have all of this. Do you want to have kids? Do you want to get married?" I was like, "Listen, everybody does, but I'm blessed." I explained this to my brother. I said I believe in this way. It's 99 names of Allah were given to us equally. In what way? We all have 99 things in a little scale. Whether it is a lot of health and a little money, whether it is a lot of money and little health, but we are born with that. People don't see it. They say, how come he's a king or how come he has? You don't know what they're going through. A child in Africa playing with a plastic bottle as a soccer game is much happier inside than someone that has, you don't know. Yes, money is a factor. That's why we are working for it, because we are in a society. You have to have money to pay your rent to be happier. Yes, that is. I'm not saying that um, no need for money, be happy. No, money is a necessity because we are in a world that we have to pay for a living for money. True. So, but happiness and contentment and things are greater than that. I lost my father, Allah yarhamu, God bless his soul, and that is to me is like is it's worth I don't know what. Some person can look at me and be like, look at her, she has a car, she has a lot of money, she closes deals. I can look at her and be like, you have your father alive, thank you very much. I can't compare. So it's not that. Everybody, we're all the same. We're all, to me, a king, a janitor, my maid, whatever. And maybe that's why I'm different than a lot of people. Everybody treats me. You treat me bad. It's you. I'm not bowing down to anybody except Almighty God. That's it.